Well, hello guys. It's Stacy with FIIT with Stacy. Now today we're going to do a beginner seated, mostly seated exercise, about 20-25 minutes. Before you get started, just make sure that you've gotten permission through your doctor to do any kind of workout program, especially if you haven't exercised in a long time. It's really important that you get approval before you just jump right into it. Otherwise, if all's good, hopefully you join me today. I'm going to show you some different exercises. We're going to use the weights. So start with a 1, 2, or 3 pound weight factor, especially if you're a beginner. Maybe you might choose to do no weights. That's okay too. I'll show you some options with that. And then have your handy bottle of water nearby because we do take water breaks. You're seated in a sturdy chair, sitting up nice and tall. And we're just sitting with good posture. We're going to engage our abs so our core is engaged, belly button tucks in, shoulders roll back, and we're just going to get started doing some warm-up moves. So first thing I want you to do is just take and march your feet and march. So give me a little march there. Now, with any exercise program, you're going to always warm yourself up. Warming yourself means moving your body to bring the temperature of your body up a little bit, get the heart rate pumping, get the blood flowing through the body, and get those muscles nice and elastic so we don't hurt anything. You don't want to pull a muscle from exercise. You want to feel good when you exercise. Okay, so we're marching. So you just march. We're going to warm up a little bit more march here. Now let's just take our legs out and in a little bit. Take it out, out, in, out, out, in. It's just taking those legs out and in. This helps us warm up those hips, warm up the inner and outer thighs. It's important to not just warm up one body part, whole body here. So we're going to do a little bit of everything. Again, sitting nice and tall. Now take the feet into the center. Now bring the heels up and down with the heels. You can use arm movements at any point if you want, or you can always just leave the arms out. Right now for the warm-up, I'd like you to swing those arms a bit, just to get the arms warmed up, shoulders moving. Perfect. Now leave those heels down and just shoulder circle up, back and down. Make it a nice big movement, up, back, and down. Good. You might feel some creaks and noises right now. That's okay. You've got to get that warmed up, and sometimes you hear noises. It's typical. Now, while we're working out, if anything feels uncomfortable, anything doesn't feel right, please don't do the movement. If anything is bothering you, maybe right side bothers you today, then just go ahead and skip the right side or just choose not to use the weight on the right side. That's perfectly okay, and that goes for any kind of exercise program at any point. All right, let's just take a chance and warm up those heels now. Behind heel digs, just take your foot out and bring the heels into the floor with a little heel dig. We're going to bicep curl here with those heel digs. Biceps and heels, heels and biceps. And we're getting a warm up, stretching those legs out by giving me those heels into the floor. Now I'll just take it overhead a bit here. Takes the heart rate up a little bit more. Alright, we're almost close to our warm-up finish here. Just start warming up the shoulder, bring it across, circle the wrist. Arm leather across, circle the wrist. Alright, first thing you're going to do is grab some water if you need it. Take water as needed, even if I don't ask you to, please do. We're going to get ready to grab your weights. So grab one set of weights. Hopefully you have them already next to you. I'm going to go ahead. We'll start with some lower body movements. Now I'm going to show you a lower body movement standing and seated. I'll show you it seated, but there's always the challenge of the standing position. When you exercise, the more you can stand, more muscle recruitment you'll get, the more you're going to work out, more calories you'll burn. But for some people with limited mobility, seated is the option, and that's fine. So when we did our step outs before, we're going to do those again with the side steps. We're going to hold those weights in our hands, and we're going to take our arms out to the side as we do a side step. So take bent arms and step out and in, out and in. So you're just raising the arms up to the side, just to shoulder height, no higher, stepping with the tap out to the side. Now this is our level 1, and you can make this bigger by stepping bigger. Now, how's that feel? Is it feeling pretty good? If it's feeling pretty good, stay right there. If not, and you need a shoulder break, one side at a time will really work. Or you can always just take a break, one foot. There's options there. Both of them, maybe. It's undecisive. Now, if you wanted to change this up, let me stand up and show you. So we're standing position. Same thing. I'm going to come behind my chair. It's always good to be behind the chair in case you need it for balance stability. And you're going to step out and in. Out and in. This way, if I needed to take a break, the chair's there so I can have that support. We got 2 more on each side. Beautiful. All right, again, weight's optional. Come on back down to that seat. Now, this next one, you can do either with the weights or with body weight. I'll show you with the weights first. If you have any issues with thin blood, any problems with your skin or anything like that, and you don't want to put any extra resistance on there, you don't have to. The weights are just there for a gentle resistance. And again, it can be 1, 2, 3, whatever poundage you'd like. You're going to have his feet flat on the floor. The weights are on the thighs, not on the knees. Protect those joints. Gentle pressure on the weights to hold them in place. And we're just doing heel raises. So heels come up and down. Heels up and down. Heels. Just lifting and lowering. We're doing them together at the same time right now, both heels. Now heels up and down. We're just working on that ankle strength. Ankles have a lot to do with our balance. When ankles aren't strong, when you have weak ankles, you have a tendency to fall a lot easier. The risk there is greater, so we work on those ankles. So we're working those nice, strong calves in the back of the legs here. Now if you want to change it up at any point, one leg then the other, that's alternating. You're welcome to alternate at any point. Beautiful. Now I'm going to put these down, keep going. Now if you chose that you didn't want to use the weights, you could always lean into it up and down with your own body weight. That's perfectly acceptable. We don't always have those lovely dumbbells at home to work with. And you can also do both legs at the same time. Your body resistance is going to help to add a little bit more to your workout. All right, take a break. We're going to grab those weights again. But this time, one weight. So if you don't have your weight, grab it. If you do, grab just one. Now this one, you're going to lean forward into your leg. Your hand comes off your leg just a little bit. You grab a hold of that weight. And I just want you to wrist curl. So you bring an arm in and out. So the hand's coming towards you and extending. Towards and extend. So that's what it's doing. It's easier to see sideways. That's why I turn sideways. Sitting up nice and tall. Just bringing that curl in. This is for your forearm wrist strength. Let's go 4 more. 4, 3, 2, just 1 more. Switch it to the other hand. Let's do the other side. Just curling. Now wrist strength. Why do we need wrist strength? Well, when you grab objects, you want to be able to hold on to them, have a good grip, not to drop things, right? So we need those wrists. Strong wrists help us. And when we're pushing off of things, pushing ourselves off the floor, pushing us elsewhere, you need those wrists. All right. Now, we're going to go ahead and stay at the upper body. Move into the triceps. Triceps are those muscles on the back of your arm. Now, if you want to work on those triceps, this is one way to start beginner level. So you have one weight at a time. You're holding the weight. You would put pressure on the bottom of the arm, pressing up so the elbow goes up towards the sky. Weight comes up behind you. Now, best to do, you can always do this with 2, but for beginners, we're doing 1 here. And just taking the arm out and bringing it back in. So you're extending out. Let me turn to the side again. Extend and back in. Extend and in. Now, this one, height on the arm is up to you. So some people may not have the range of motion in the shoulder to get it high, and right there is where you're going to stay. Otherwise, a little higher, more resistance when you go higher. 2 more. All right, switch sides. Set it up, bend the elbow, push the arm up wherever you can get to with no pain, and then extend and in, extend, in. Triceps, think of that movement like you're tossing a football. Yeah, that's the muscle. You need that muscle. Think about when you play with your kids, grandkids. Throwing a ball to them is going to be a lot easier after doing these. All right, let's finish with this last one. Take that weight down. Now, good time if you want to break, put the weight down. Get some water. Important to hydrate. A little bit of water before, during, and after your exercise, especially if you feel thirsty. If you feel thirsty, you need even more. Okay, we're going to go back to the lower body. First, we're going to start with no weights. Like I said, body weight alone is great resistance for a lot of these exercises. We're going to do what's called a sit to stand. We're sitting. We want to come to a standing position. Multiple ways to do this. You can use the chair to hold on to it. So it'll look like this, pushing off the chair, coming to standing, and then using that chair, finding it, and sitting down. Join me for a couple. Just pushing off the chair, using your arms, and bring yourself back down in. Try it again. All right, now let's sit down. And you can keep going with those. Or hands off the chair. Maybe you want to put the hands on the hips and try it that way. That's a good way. Maybe hands are out in front of you for a little extra balance. But if you don't want that balance challenge, if you do want the balance challenge, excuse me, arms can be across the chest, a lot harder, working more balance, more muscles, because your whole body is working really hard to get yourself out of the chair. You have 4 more sit to stands. Do you think you can handle it? I think so. Hang in there. But if you do need that break, you do it. Can you do just 2 more? Last one. All right. Woo! Legs, they feel like they're on fire, right? All right, especially if you haven't done those in a while, doing multiple of them will get you there. But the more you come back, the more you do this with me, you're going to feel fantastic. I know it. I feel fantastic when I exercise. Okay, but let's move on. Let's get those weights. We're going to sit up tall again, shoulders roll back. We're going to go into some biceps. Now, we did the back of the arm, never doing the front of the arm. This is the bicep right here on both sides. So, we're going to start with the hands out, and we're just going to curl them in and out, in and out. So, you're just hinging the elbow, bringing it up and down. Now, range of motion, you can come down lower if you want to go down all the way. If you have no arms on your chair, this is a good one for that one. If you have arms in a chair, it's a lot harder, so I don't usually recommend a chair with arms unless you need it. You can get more range of motion without those arms. Trying to get that weight all the way up, keeping tension, which I'm saying resistance, the entire way up and down. So you don't want to have like the arms flying up and flying back, because you want the muscles to work. You don't want momentum to work for you. Let's go 4 more. 3. Last 2. Last one. Just take a break. Now our bicep curls were fantastic. We want to do a little bit more cardio maybe. Well, same thing, and just bicep with heels. Bicep and heels. So you're getting a little bit more workout. Your legs are working. Heart rate's going to come up from this, because you're not only doing muscle work, you're doing a compound exercise, you're doing multiple things. Heart rate goes up. You might start to sweat a little bit. And that's okay. Try and keep yourself in a range somewhere in the scale of 1 to 10. You want to get to maybe a 5, 6 area. You don't want to get to that 10, 9, not even really close to an 8 if you're a beginner. But somewhere in the middle of that range is a good area to look for. So how are you feeling on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being pretty like, nah, nothing going on. 10 being way too much. Get in that 5, 6 area. You'll be great. Keep on going. Whew. I'm feeling it. 1 more each leg. All right, bring those legs in. Give yourself a little break. Water break if you need it. I'm going to keep moving on. Now, upper back area, we're going to do so it's called a stir. You can bring those weights together right in the center and stir with a little lean forward. Stir. Keeping those shoulders back and your chest is lifted. Stirring. Like you're stirring like hot something. What's your favorite food? Think about that. 1 more. Let's take it in reverse. Stir the other way. 2 more. All right, put those down. Now, back to the lower body. This one, again, you can use body weight, you can use weights or nothing at all. All we're doing is kneeless for this one. So weights can be on the thighs, or you can put those weights to the side, and you can put your pressure on your leg, or lean into those legs, however you want to do it. Or you're sitting up nice and tall and just doing the leg lifts. I'm going to choose to do the weights today. Weights on the thighs, not on those knees, please. And just lifting and lowering, lifting and lowering. Sitting tall. Now thinking about your abdominals. You're exhaling and inhaling, not holding the breath at any point. How are you feeling? Pretty good, huh? I'm so glad you joined me today. It's always more fun when you exercise with friends. All right, 4 more. 4. And 3. Just 2 more to go. Last one. All right, take a break. We're going to go to the abdominals, but the side abdominals for this one, which are called your obliques. So when we do this one, you can, if you have no arms in the chair, it's a lot easier for this one too. You have one arm to the side, the other weight can go down. You can always double up on that side if you want to. We're going to put one down for today, since this is a beginner series. Now for this one, you can hold the chair if you feel like you're going to fall out of it. Hand can come on the hip, or you can have your hand on the head. There's options, so whatever works for your body. Today my hand's over here, I may move it. We're just going to bend. Taking that body, flexing to the side, and back up. Think about putting something down to the floor, and back up. Down, and up. Now you're sitting nice and tall for this. Shoulders are rolled back, your core is engaged, and you're just sliding to the side. No tipping forward, no tipping back. Side to side. 4. And 3. 2 more. Last one. Great job. Let's switch and do it on the other side. It's just so much fun. We gotta do both sides, right? Here we go. On the head or on the hip. I'll try the hip this time. And just tip to the side. And tip. Breathing all the while through the exercise. Try to breathe in through that nose, out through your mouth. Good job. 2 more. Last one. Beautiful. All right, we have some more time. We're going to go back to some biceps, but I was talking about grip strength. We're going to change it up just a smidgen. So this time, we're going to start with those weights on your lap. You're holding onto them, and I just want you to bring them up when your palms are down. It feels a little odd the first time you do it. If you've never done it, these are a reverse grip bicep curl. Working biceps, working forearms. So you're getting that forearm strength. A lot of people are lacking forearm strength, so this is why we're doing it today. And again, exhale, inhale, exhale on the work, inhale, exhale. Reminder to always breathe. Sounds funny, doesn't it? Well, most people don't breathe properly during exercise, and I'll tell you, breathing during exercise makes it easier. So any point you can remember to breathe, or even talk, it helps. Get that breathing pattern going. 4 more. 4. Maybe you're alternating because it's hard. 1 more. Beautiful. Shake them out. If you need to shake out those wrists at all, put those weights on the lap securely and shake them out, or put the weights on the floor because you don't want to ever drop them on your toes. All right. One last thing. We're going to do an upright row for the shoulder area, and then we're going to do some stretching, I think. All right. Sitting tall, shoulders roll back. Weights are on the lap, and your palms are facing in. You're going to do one arm, then you roll up the other arm, and let's roll them both together. So it's a single arm, right or left, doesn't matter. And then because you're going to do both sides, right? So a single arm, both arms. So you're leading with the elbow goes up first. Pulling strong, working the muscles in the upper back, the trapezius, the shoulder muscles here. Up and pull, pull both. So 1 more set. And exhale with that last one, and inhale. Very nice, you guys. I'm sure you did a fantastic job. And if you have any questions about any of the exercises we did, make sure you send me a comment or a message. You can find me online very easily too at fitwithstacy.com. Here's my, put the weights down, and here's our little stretch. Because you have to always end a nice exercise routine, any exercise routine should be ended with a stretch. Even if you're out playing soccer, it's great for the muscles. They like it when they're warm. So we're going to sit tall first, and we're going to do a hamstring stretch. You move to the front of your chair, take one leg, put the foot into the floor with the heel down, take those toes, bring them in towards you. And from here, bring that torso nice and tall. Exhale, lean into your thigh. Now, if you feel like you can go a little bit further with this stretch, maybe you can't. Maybe this is as far as you can go. If you can go a little further though, you want to inhale again, exhale, and try to reach for your toes. With that inhale and exhale, you'll find you may be able to grow a little bit longer. And that's what we want. We want the muscles nice and long and lean. We want them flexible. We just hold here. Stretches need to be held for a little while. That's the most benefit. When you hold minimum 10 seconds on the end, you can hold up to a minute, but most people don't have that long for a long stretch of a minute on each body part. So we don't hold necessarily that long, but some muscles do get held longer than others. That's why you'll find that's in most exercise programs, you'll see many different techniques. Go ahead and sit up. Let's try the other leg. Take the other leg out, heel into the floor, toes come in, lean into that other leg with an exhale. And again, if you feel like you have a little bit more of flexibility to reach those toes, inhale, exhale, reach down. Maybe you're touching those toes today. Maybe you're so close that next time you come back, maybe you'll touch those toes. Keep trying. One more deep inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Go ahead and sit on up. Now we did the hamstrings. Let's go ahead and we'll do our sides. So we're going to step one leg out to the side. Now this one's a little harder for some people. If you can't get totally into a stretch, it's okay. What I want you to do is one leg forward, one out to the side, toes pointing forward. You're just going to lean into it. This is a good inner thigh stretch, leaning into it, and we're going to add on to this one. If you can feel like you're comfortable with adding on. Sometimes this is all you can do, and that's okay. I show options for that reason, because I know everybody has a different body, and everybody is so much unique in the fact that you have to have things different for your body versus somebody next to you, and that's okay. We're all different, we're all special. Now, if you can, bring your arm up and over and add a little lean to this. So we can get those abdominals on the side that we did with those side bends. Taking an inhale and exhale over here. Bring everything back in. Bring that leg in. Let's switch to the other side of the chair. So you're stepping out, toes are going forward. You have to shift in the chair a little bit to get that nice stretch, leaning into the leg. Just holding here first. And then adding your reach overhead. Nice deep breath in and out. Come on back to the center. Then we're going to step in. From here, let's go ahead and stretch those triceps. We work really hard on those. So the same thing as before, arms up and over, but then a gentle pressure on the back of the arm, which is your tricep, trying to get it up and higher here. So I press right here on the arm, only to the point where you feel no pain. You want to stay in a nice pain-free range of motion. Gentle pressure, hold and breathe. Let's switch sides. Lifting the other arm up and over, gentle pressure, pushing on the arm. Nice deep breath in and out. Bringing the arm down. Let's get the biceps now. Another exercise that we did, worked biceps, right? Just taking the arm long in front of you, gentle pressure on the palm in front, because we're also getting that forearm wrist stretch that we worked really hard on those wrist curls. You got to stretch out those muscles that we worked really hard on, because they like to be stretched after we're working out. When you exercise, you actually shorten the muscles, and when you stretch, you elongate them. So we want that nice, healthy balance. Switch hands. Arm long, down, shoulder stays down away from your ear. Pressure on the palm, just to the point where you can feel it. You don't want any pain involved. Nice deep breath in. And we exhale. Let's take one more deep breath in. And an exhale. And those wrists, They had a nice big workout, so let's just take them around the little circles of the wrist. Always nice and healthy to keep those wrists movable. Take them in reverse. And then for those shoulders, let's stretch them too. Bring the arm across the chest, keeping the shoulder away from the ear. Just bringing it into your body, making a fist and letting it go. So fist and wide fingers. Fist, wide fingers. Taking a nice deep breath again. And let's switch sides. Other side. Across the body, pulling the arm into the body here or out here, wherever you feel like you need to, pulling in. And then fist and release. Fist, release. All right, one more. All right, bring those arms down. Let's take a nice deep breath because it's always great to put oxygen back into the body. Inhaling up with those arms, bringing that rib cage up, extending, and then exhaling everything out. At the end, and I like to finish with a nice big shoulder roll. Up, back, and down. My name is Stacy. I'm with FIIT with Stacy. It's been a pleasure to be with you today, and look forward to seeing more exercises. I think the next one we're going to do some band exercises because those are fantastic too. And if you don't have a band, you can always do a lot of these exercises with a towel. So look forward to those. They'll be out soon. Take care, and I'll see you soon.